Today we're not doing the usual song and dance, no flashy unboxings, no oh my god look at the frames hype. Today we need to have a serious discussion about the PC gaming market, and well, there's a growing sense that something is off. Is PC gaming dying? No, let's not be that dramatic. The patient's in critical condition, maybe, but not quite flatlining. But is going through, I guess, a bit of a rough patch. It's going through a bit of an identity crisis. If you've been trying to piece together a new rig lately, or even just keeping tabs on the latest hardware releases, you've probably felt it too. That nagging sense of disappointment, that feeling that your wallet's about to spontaneously combust at any time. GPU prices that, I guess, make you want to sell a kidney, and maybe a non-essential organ too. CPUs that seem to be taking a leisurely stroll instead of sprinting forward. A general feeling of just meh among enthusiasts. Like we've all collectively hit the snooze button on excitement. And then the DIY scene? Well, once the beating heart of PC gaming, now it's more like a faint pulse, barely registering on the monitor. So what is actually going on? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But before we get into that, here's a quick word from this video's sponsor.
Who's this?
It's Tony.
Rigatoni Tony? Oh yeah, what happened?
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, but how?
Burned alive. Something to do with his house or something. Fire, CPU cooler, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems unlikely.
Well, I always said that I'd never let this happen again. Not after what happened to Mascarpone Leone.
I don't think that's what...
No, if only he knew about the Freezer 36 ARGB CPU coolers from Arctic, featuring amazing cooling potential for the latest and greatest CPUs, without breaking the bank. It's the perfect way to keep your CPU cool and your PC looking stylish, whilst also giving you customization options thanks to the RGB lighting on the two included fans.
Such a shame. He was so young.
It wouldn't have even mattered what theme his PC was, since the Freezer 36 comes in both white and black to suit whatever look you're going for in your system.
Where can I find out more?
By clicking the link in the description below, of course. Now, let's get back to work. Hey Joey, get us a cup of coffee.
So let's try to break things down. This isn't some simple tale of one thing gone wrong. It's a classic Rube Goldberg machine of bad decisions, unfortunate circumstances, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of corporate greed kind of sprinkled on top. We've got GPU pricing that's frankly just all over the place. Innovation that feels more like clever marketing than actual progress, costs inflated by tariffs, and good old-fashioned inflation making everything from your shopping bill to your electricity feel like a personal attack of your bank account. And a PC gaming audience that's just becoming increasingly wary of throwing their hard-earned cash at something that might be obsolete in 6 months or outperformed by a console. To top it all off, we've got more and more shiny distractions vying for our attention. There's pre-built systems that are now quite capable with good cable management and airflow. Gaming laptops that are approaching desktop levels of performance and, well, offering excellent portability too. There's those tempting handheld PCs as well that let you take your Steam library on the go. And of course, the ever-present consoles, which offer actually compelling value and ease of use. It's a perfect storm kind of brewing, threatening to disrupt the PC gaming market. I mean, and this is between, you and me, I'm feeling it so much too that I even went out and bought a MacBook. Yes, I've joined the dark side, but to be fair, it's kind of more for when I travel, as you can't deny it, 18-hour battery life in, well, a lightweight package. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Chill out, Andy. PC gaming has been around for decades. It will bounce back. We've seen worse. And, well, you might be right. PC gaming is resilient. But that doesn't mean we can't be critical of the current state of affairs. As someone who's immersed in this every single day, reviewing the latest hardware and engaging with the community and trying to make sense of the situation is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain enthusiasm. It's frustrating. So in this video, we're going to break down this whole mess and, well, we'll start with the elephant in the room. GPU pricing. Then we'll wade through the complexities of tariffs and inflation, take a hard look at the challenges facing the DIY community, and just try and figure out what, if anything, can pull PC gaming out of this slump. This is going to be a long one, so buckle up, grab a cup of coffee or a beer or something. And also, I do want to hear from you. What's, I guess, your biggest gripe with the PC market right now? What's making you consider abandoning your rig and switching to something else? Let's get the discussion going in the comments section. So let's start by getting down to brass tacks. I'm going to do this every time because this does weigh a ton. GPUs, graphics cards, the core component and, well, often the most expensive of any gaming PC. And right now, they are a mess. A powerful and significantly overpriced mess. I mean, it's 2025, and we're well into the NVIDIA 50 series and have seen the start of AMD's RX 9000 series. And yet, I guess for most gamers, buying a new GPU feels like choosing between extortionate and slightly less extortionate. I mean, what happened to the days when you could get a good mid-range card without a huge financial burden? I miss those days. I really do. I mean, remember the GTX 1060, the RX 580? Those were the good times. And sadly, now they're just a distant memory. So while we're on the subject, let's focus on NVIDIA for a bit. As the market leader, they kind of draw the most attention. I mean, remember the RTX 4060 Ti launch? That was a series of missteps. The 8GB model, with its limited memory bandwidth and its price tag, was widely criticized. Reviewers and gamers alike questioned NVIDIA's strategy, and then, a couple of months later, they released a 16GB version, and well, it had the same limited memory interface, but with a $100 price increase. So now you could pay even more for a card with inherent limitations. And then the rest of the 40 series, the 4070, the 4070 Ti, the 4080, the 4090, well, prices increased substantially, while performance gains were often, I guess you class it as marginal. Features like DLSS 3.5 and frame generation are impressive, don't get me wrong, but they also highlight the fact that raw performance improvements aren't as significant as they once were. Now, exactly the same thing is happening on the 50 series, and some would argue that it's even worse, as well, raw performance has stagnated even more. And now it's all about multi-frame generation, which a lot of gamers still, I guess, aren't actually sold on. I mean, I've used it extensively, and I'll be honest, it's good. But some consumers still don't like the idea of, and this is them, not me, fake frames. And I guess that will take some time to actually come around to. So maybe the future does look brighter, at least for that technology. Now, AMD aren't entirely innocent either. While they sometimes position themselves as the value option, their prices have also risen considerably. Their cards, like the RX 7700 XT and 7800 XT, offer decent performance, but their pricing often makes consumers question their value compared to higher tier options. Then the 9070 and 9070 XT came along to shake things up a little bit. And while the XT did initially, that's now gone up in price too. And with the two cards being so similar in price, the non-XT was, and I guess still is, a bit of a non-starter, much like the 7700 XT initially was, though that has arguably got a little bit better due to pricing. And that's kind of where everything always comes down to. The crux of it is always pricing. And well, the result of all of this? Confusion, hesitation, and just widespread buyer's remorse. Gamers are, I guess, tired of feeling overcharged. We're tired of having to justify expensive purchases. And I'm tired of reviewing GPUs that cost as much as a used car. I'm a tech reviewer, not a financial advisor. I can't tell you which one you should get over the other. Car, graphics card. So what is the solution? I wish I knew, but the current situation is unsustainable. Something has to change, whether it's manufacturers lowering pricing, offering more compelling performance, or a new competitor entering the market. I don't know. Until then, I'm going to continue to voice these concerns though. So GPU pricing is a significant issue. We've established that. But it's not solely due to manufacturers' pricing strategies. Tariffs also contribute to this problem. Specifically, US tariffs on goods imported from China, affecting the cost of many computer components. While I'm not an economist, the basic principle is that tariffs are taxes on imported goods. They're intended to make domestically produced goods more competitive. However, well, the increased costs are often passed on to consumers, and that raises the prices of not just GPUs, but all components. These tariffs initially intended to be temporary, and they have actually become relatively persistent. They can add a substantial amount to the overall cost of a GPU, in some cases as much as 25%. Now, this significantly increases the expense for consumers. Now, there's, I guess, a saving grace, as there are temporary restrictions on the higher tariffs, but GPUs are still affected, even though it's by a smaller amount. Now, the tariff situation also creates price inconsistencies across different regions. Prices can vary considerably, with consumers in some regions facing much higher costs than others. That's something that I, in the UK, have seen kind of even between ourselves and other European countries on the continent. The US even has other factors at play, though, due to differing tax rates state to state. So I guess they've kind of got it worse than, well, any other country right now. And I don't want to get into a whole political debate, but there's a lot more going on. Now, this impact, it does actually extend beyond GPUs. It does affect components like motherboards, cases, and power supplies too. And, well, this increases the overall cost of building a PC, particularly in the US. And while it could be a temporary thing, it's still in a, well, dire situation right now. AIBs, such as Asus, also face challenges due to these tariffs, fluctuating exchange rates, and just, well, the need to remain profitable in a price-sensitive market. And this contributes to their, let's say, cautious approach to pricing. Also, factoring in that while prices can go up and down rapidly, they also don't want to sell themselves short by coming across as a price trash. So some caution actually has to be taken, making it, well, even harder and riskier than ever before. In conclusion, while I don't have definitive solutions, it's clear that tariffs negatively impact PC gamers in the US by increasing costs and reducing accessibility. And as we all know, supply and demand play a huge, vital factor too, because, well, retailers won't want stock sticking around that costs money to just sit there and collect dust because, well, no one's buying them. So, in addition to manufacturers' pricing and then tariffs, there is another factor impacting affordability, and that is, of course, inflation. Inflation is the general increase in the price of goods and services over time, which reduces the purchasing power of money. This means that the same amount of money buys fewer goods and services over time. Now, PC components are also affected by inflation, often more so due to their complexity, specialized manufacturing, and global shipping, all of which, of course, again, increase costs. Therefore, GPU prices are influenced not only by tariffs and pricing strategies, but also by the increase in base cost of production and distribution due to inflation. Furthermore, the rising cost of essential expenses such as rent, food, utilities, and internet services also reduce the disposable income that people have, leaving less available for discretionary purchases like building a gaming PC or buying a MacBook. Consequently, the relative cost of PC gaming components has increased. A GPU that might have been considered a reasonable purchase a few years ago may now seem like a significant expense, forcing consumers to prioritize essential spending. This trend affects all PC components, not just GPUs, and increases the overall cost of building a gaming PC. This makes PC gaming just less competitive with more affordable alternatives like consoles and cloud gaming services, which are arguably a one and done thing. You buy a solution and that's it. Now, due to this, inflation is making PC gaming more expensive. It's transforming what was once a more, let's say, accessible hobby into a luxury for some. And, well, as a result, more and more people are clinging to their older systems for dear life while games are becoming more demanding. So when you look at it, it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Now, let's take a moment to acknowledge the DIY PC building community. These are the individuals who boldly assemble their own rigs, navigating intricate cable management, BIOS settings, and the ever-present risk of damaging expensive components. There was a time when building your own PC was practically a rite of passage for any serious gamer. It was the way to achieve maximum performance for your particular budget, and also personalize your gaming setup to the nth degree along the way, and also earn, I guess, those all-important bragging rights among your peers. But today, I don't know, it just feels like that culture seems to be fading. And again, there are several contributing factors. First, pre-built systems have undergone a significant transformation. It might sound like hearsay to some, but it's undeniable that you can now purchase systems from reputable manufacturers like CyberPower PC that boast clean cable management, efficient airflow to prevent overheating, and minimal bloatware. Moreover, the price difference between building your own PC and buying a pre-built, well, it isn't as substantial as it once was, especially when you factor in the considerable time and effort saved by opting for a pre-built solution. And in some cases, we've seen it due to a system integrator having purchasing power that, well, you can buy a pre-built cheaper for what it would actually cost to do it yourself. And you get no hassle, and you get a warranty to boot as well. It's akin to the choice between assembling your own flat-pack furniture and buying a ready-made piece. You might save a bit by doing it yourself, but is the frustration truly worth it? And then if it's done for you and, well, cheaper, then you, I guess, would be stupid not to go for it. Second, the availability of components is often skewed in favor of SIs, or system integrators. These large-scale manufacturers frequently receive priority access to the latest GPU stock, which means that the specific custom cards that DIY builders desire often end up in pre-built systems before they can even reach the shelves of individual retailers. This creates, I guess, a challenging situation for those who want to source their own components for a custom build, because, well, there's a lack of availability to some degree. Third, and well, this is a significant point, the entire process of building a PC can be incredibly demanding. It's not always a smooth and enjoyable experience for some. You might encounter BIOS updates that make you want to throw your motherboard against the wall, driver conflicts that lead to constant system crashes, inexplicable Windows errors that kind of make you, I guess, question your sanity a little bit. And then the all-important one, compatibility issues between different hardware components that leave you tearing your hair out in frustration. It's a gamble, particularly for those who are new to PC building, and in today's fast-paced world, many people simply don't have the time or the patience to deal with these potential headaches. We're all busy, we're all under pressure, and we often just want to play games without having to become a part-time IT technician, which, well, anyone who knows about PCs will know that's how your family sees you, so expect to be on call 24/7. As a consequence, a growing number of gamers are either holding onto their older systems for as long as possible, purchasing pre-built systems for their convenience, or migrating to alternative gaming platforms that offer a more, let's call it, streamlined experience. And this shift has profound implications for the PC gaming market right now. The DIY PC building scene has historically played a crucial role in driving innovation and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with PC hardware. It has fostered a community of enthusiasts who experiment with new technologies, share their knowledge, and provide valuable feedback to manufacturers. A decline in this community could actually have a chilling effect on innovation, potentially slowing down the pace and advancements in PC gaming technology. If the likes of Nvidia, AMD, and Intel don't see people getting excited, then I guess why bother trying to innovate at the same level as we've seen before? These trends, they all do kind of raise important questions about the future of PC gaming and the role of DIY and, I guess, as a community. Is PC gaming destined to become a niche hobby for a select few who are willing to pay a premium for high-end hardware and deal with the complexities of PC building? Or can the industry find ways to make PC gaming more accessible and appealing to a wider audience? The answer to these questions are far from clear, but one thing is certain. The PC gaming market is at a crossroads. The decisions made by hardware manufacturers, software developers, and the gaming community in the coming years will have a profound impact on the future of this beloved pastime. And for me, someone who built their first PC around the age of 11, I'm now getting, well, ever closer to 40. And I have to be honest and say, it's pretty upsetting for the industry that I love. And in all honesty, I hope that it gets better soon. For now, that's going to do it for this one. While a lot of the information here is pretty common knowledge, I feel like I needed to put it into words and get it off my chest, because if we as reviewers, and I have spoken to others in the scene, are feeling it, then, well, we know you guys are too. And, well, in all honesty, that's a shame. As mentioned, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, a like and a sub to the channel would be amazing. And if you love what we do, then you can join the super special Patreon club where you get exclusive access to behind the scenes content, bi-weekly game nights, and so much more. The link is, as always, down below. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.